classic hoagies are now $4.99 each. Italian and cheesesteak.
Shalom. Foremost, I want to start out by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash. Salutation to the elders and apostles, GMS groups, and ones alike teach 100% truth. Shalom, Barakathon to them for the edification and knowledge, and double honors to the elders and apostles, GMS groups, and ones alike teach 100% truth. Shalom, Barakathon to them. And foremost, before anything, give all praise and foremost to Yahweh the Father, to Yahweh the Father and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rak Kadash. Now that was on 2 videos relating to a mysterious ring in Kazakhstan, which is the Middle Eastern area, the Middle East. And that was back 5 years ago in 2015, pretty much a large circle-like it looks like a large cigarette smoke. That was in the sky. And last month in Santa Clara, California, around August 16th, another video showing another a black ring in the sky. I want to read a few verses. I'm going to go to Matthew 24:6. I'm going to read through 8. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For the nation shall rise against nation, and the kingdom against kingdom, and that's what's happening. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in different places. We're experiencing that now. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. I'm going to go to Luke. I'm going to go to Luke. Let me go to Mark. I'm going to Mark 13:7 through 9. And when ye hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must need be, but the end shall not be. And that's a similar language relating to Matthew 24. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in different places, and there shall be famines and troubles. So we're going to see all kinds of things, weird things happening in the latter times because we're in the times of prophecy. These are the beginnings of sorrows, and that's what we're in, beginnings of sorrows. Number 9, but take heed to yourselves, for they shall... All right, that makes the point, 7 through 8. I want to go to Luke 21. I want to read 9 through 12. 9 through 11, Shalakia. 9 through 11. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. So all these things are the beginnings, man. Relating to the birth pangs, the woman in travail, in pain, beginning of the birth pangs, and that's what we're in. We're in the birth pangs. Different things are going to happen. These things must be, and these things must come to pass. Number 10. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Number 11. And great earthquakes shall be in different places, which we experience in famines, precursors of famines, pestilence, and fearful sightings. That black ring in the sky, that was in Kazakhstan, and that was in Santa Clara, California, would be a fearful sight among pretty much majority of the normal population. That's something you don't see every day. I'm going to read that again. And great earthquakes shall be in different places, and famines and pestilence and fearful sightings, and great signs shall there be from the heaven. And you also could put a second Esdras. Let me get that real fast. This is second Esdras. I'm going to read second Esdras 9, 1 and 2. I'll read 3. He answered me then said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, in which I have told thee. Read it again. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest a part of the signs pass, which I had told thee before, so certain things are going to come to pass. They were spoken, prophesied and spoken of ancient time ago, that future generations would experience these things. Number 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he has made. And that's what's happening. The Lord is beginning to visit. Number 3, and therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and that's an example of different things that's happening. I'm going to go to 2nd Ezra 16 real quick and 18, since I'm here. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. The beginnings of sorrows and great mourning, the beginnings of famines and great death, the beginnings of wars. And the power shall stand in fear, and the beginnings of evils. And that's what we're in, the beginnings of evils. Redeeming the time, because, I'll get that. That's Ephesians 5, 15 and 16. Let me read this again. The beginning of sorrows and great death. The beginning of famine. Beginnings of sorrows and great mourning. The beginnings of famine and great death. The beginnings of wars. And the power shall stand in fear. The beginnings of evils in which we're in. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Now I'm going to get 2nd Ezra 16 and 37 through 39. I'm going to read this real fast. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. They're not going to be slack, because pretty much these things are going to come to pass. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, which is Yahweh Shai symbolically, when 2 or 3 hours of her birth great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child come forth, they slack not a moment. So that's symbolically when the Lord is coming back, man. 39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. And the world shall mourn, and the sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So when these things come to pass, it's going to be known. Because it's going to be known by the nations of people, the multitude of nations, and it's going to be felt by the nations of people too when these things come to pass. Really come to pass. I'm going to read 40. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to battle. And those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So preparing yourself spiritually, preparing yourself from all aspects, characteristically, from individually to collectively, of things to come. I want to go to Ephesians. Let me go to Ephesians. I want to get that verse. Lock, I'm just going to find it. This is Ephesians 5:15. See then, 5:15 and 16, and we'll read that. See then ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but wise. Be circumspect and pay attention, take heed. Be mindful of what the times we're in. The number 16. Redeeming the times because the days are evil. The days are evil, you know what I mean? Potentially they are, because a lot of things is happening. I want to go back to, I want to read Isaiah 19 and 2 and 4. Get that. Read that. This is Isaiah 19, 2 and 4. This relates to the burden of Egypt. Egypt is here. Modern day Egypt would be America. I will set Egyptian against Egyptian. That's American versus American citizens, pretty much speaking symbolically, or citizens versus citizens. And I will set Egyptians against Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Put that with Matthew, put that with 2nd Ezra 15. You know what I mean? City against city, kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. That's the uproar of people. That's the uproar relate to certain social, civil, racial classes of people, man. They're gonna be against one another when the latter times come. And the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek idols and charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to wizards. Pretty much idolatry and witchcraft, man. Number 4, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. So we have that cruel Lord, and that, let me see what it said. That cruel Lord and that fierce king. That's the one who's in power now. That's the one who runs everything. That's a cruel Lord and that's a cruel king, man, and a wicked king. So that's above all the nation and multitudes of people. Pretty much running the society of what we call right now. This was just a few verses relating to those videos relating to that the black rings. They pretty much look like a big cigarettes. I guess a cigarette circle. You know, when you smoke a cigarette, but magnified at 1,000 times 1,000. So that's what that looks like. Looks like a big black cigarette ring. So that being said, I hope it's benefit someone. Thank the water for listening. I hope it helps someone in some way. Give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakadash, the water shall want. Thank you.